Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree? You're knowing what you're wanting? More or less. Ever evolving, ever expanding, ever clarifying, ever flowing desire. You're understanding that you are focusers of energy. You are literal focal points. You are receivers, transmitters, concluders, deciders. When we say you are a focuser of energy, we mean you make decisions, you come to determinations, you feel desire formulating. That's what a focuser of energy is. You are far more than these physical bodies that you have come to know as you. These physical bodies are the focusing mechanisms of huge consciousness that is really you. So when you perceive through your physical body, when you remember something, or when you decide something, or when you observe something, you focus this consciousness and you receive the benefit of God force or creative life force flowing through you. You can't not do that. In other words, it's not possible for you to not do that. It just happens. It has been set into motion so long before you became physically focused that it just is happening. You see, it goes like this. When a desire is born within you, and it can be a big desire, such as wanting to maintain the perfection of your physical body or the longevity of your life in this body, or it could be a simpler desire by your standards, like having a nice dinner somewhere with excellent service. When a desire is born within you, that desire summons non-physical creative energy, because when you ask, it is always given. And the way you ask is by determining a desire. Even desires that you may deem unconscious are desires that are focusing and that are summoning non-physical energy. So as the desire is flowing through you, you may be a vibrational match to it, and you may not be. If you are a vibrational match to the desire that is presently vibrating within you, then there's no resistance within you and the desire is flowing fully, which means faster manifestation. But the most important thing that it means is that you feel good right here and now while it's happening. In other words, when a desire is flowing through you and you are a vibrational match to it, which is the same thing as saying you believe it. There are no conflicting beliefs. When you want something and you believe it, now there's no resistance within you. The energy flows through you. The desire is manifested quickly and you feel good while it's happening. On the other hand, if you have a desire that is focused within you and you doubt it or worry about it or don't believe it, then you have contradictory energy going on that is causing resistance, that is slowing down the energy. And that is what causes the feeling of negative emotion. And that is, in fact, what causes everything that you consider to be bad that happens to any of you. All illness is because you are not letting the energy flow. All negative emotion is because you are not letting the energy flow. And what do we mean by not letting the energy flow? You're holding a belief that contradicts it. For example, let's say your next door neighbor buys all new furniture, and you see the big delivery van pull up, and it reminds you how much you would like some new furniture. So this experience causes your desire to come to the forefront of your mind, and you begin vibrating in a stronger way. As your desire is focused within you, you pull the energy, the desire is stronger, and now the beliefs that you hold about the same subject are activated. Let's say you've wanted new furniture for quite some time, and you haven't let yourself really think about it because you can't really afford it. But now, you didn't mean to let it happen, but your silly neighbor who got new furniture caused it to be activated within you. And now, a desire is activated. It's alive and raging within you, right in the middle of a whole bunch of beliefs that aren't a match to it. Beliefs like, I don't have enough money to buy new furniture, or my house is already full of the furniture that I have, and my husband loves the furniture that I have, and he will never go along with me getting something else. And so as this mixture of vibrations happens within you, you can tell by the way you feel whether there is resistance within you or not. Now, most physical beings think that the remedy to lining up energy is to change some behavior or action. Get a new husband who lets you do whatever you want, or find a way to get more money so that you can afford whatever you want. And while sometimes those things do get rid of the vibration that is causing the resistance, it is really not what we are encouraging. What we are encouraging is that you reach for thoughts that give you a feeling of ease or relief, and in doing so, you have released resistance. So, for example, the furniture truck is driven up, you're feeling jealous or defeated or discouraged, and you stop and you say to yourself, I can tell by this negative emotion that I'm feeling that there's a desire within me, otherwise there would be no emotion present. There's a desire that is within me, but because I'm feeling negative emotion right now, I can feel that there is discord within me. And the only thing that is important is that I release this discord. Much more important than getting the furniture is releasing the discord. And it turns out when you release the discord, whatever the desire is can then flow easily. So I must find a way to either stop thinking about this, which I've been doing a good job of until my neighbor got new furniture. Just haven't let myself think about it. And by not thinking about it, there was not discord within me on that subject. Or I can clean up my vibration. I can bridge my beliefs by reaching for thoughts that feel better. So each of you must play the game individually because your beliefs vary quite a bit. So you just reach for some thoughts that feel better. You might say something like, well, once I get very clear about exactly what I want, it will come to me more easily. And if that thought makes you feel better, then you have bridged or cleaned up your vibration and aligned your energy. Or you might say something like, there are so many wonderful things in my life. When I look at my life overall, I'm very proud of what I have achieved, which sort of softens the feeling of discord or disappointment. Or physical things are not all that important to me. Now, that may or may not be true. If it's not true, you'll feel the negative emotion soar. In other words, if physical things are important to you, then that was not a soothing statement. What we're wanting you to hear from us is that there's no right or wrong. There are not things that you should or should not believe relative to furniture. It's not virtuous to live with very little furniture, nor is it noble to have a house full of magnificent furniture. It's the furniture, having it or not having it, is not right or wrong. But there is this place for you where you feel ease and well-being, and when you work to find that thought, then you let this be one more reason that you are in alignment, And the more reasons that you can find that you are in alignment, the more you allow the non-physical energy to flow through you, so that whenever you ask and whenever it is given, and we want to say to you, whenever you ask, it is always given, you are not standing as a resistor that is blocking it from coming to you. The only reason that anything that you want doesn't come is because of what we've just talked about here. You've got some beliefs, which is just a thought that you keep thinking, that contradicts a desire. So when you have a desire, now let's talk about this in terms of your emotional meter, because your emotions are so significant. They tell you everything you need to know about your alignment of energy. And your alignment of energy is everything, you see. You live in a universe that is attraction-based. There is no exclusion. Everything is about inclusion. So if you're giving your attention to it, and depending upon the amount of attention you are giving to it, your vibration or your focal point, your pulling point, is being affected by the attention that you're giving to different things. So when you give your attention to something, it is already vibrating, and as you give your attention to it, you begin to achieve at least some of the vibration of it. So when you look out into your world and you say, I do not want that, but I sure would like that. As you give your attention to that, and you define it, and you talk about it, and you describe it, and you think about it, and you fantasize about it, you begin to vibrate more and more and more like it. And as you vibrate more and more and more and more like it, then it and you are on the same vibrational wavelength, and law of attraction has to put you and it in the same place. But if you say, I sure do like that, and I sure don't like that, and the reason I like this is all of this reason, and the reason I don't like that is all of this reason, you may, and often are, achieving more vibrational harmony with the absence of what you want than with the presence of what you want. And law of attraction is not an arbitrator that says, well, she really wants that. She talks more about that, and she offers much more vibration about the absence of what she wants than about the presence of what she wants. But we know that she really wants that, so we'll go ahead and give her that even though she's in vibrational harmony with that. Law of attraction doesn't arbitrate like that. Your mother did for you in early years, and it sort of messed you up and made you think that everyone else would, and almost no one else does, and certainly law of attraction, which is the only one that you are ever wanting to be aware of in terms of your deliberate creation, certainly does not. Law of attraction is the best friend you've ever had, because it never, ever, 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 ever gets squirrely on you. It always does exactly what it does. And your guidance system is always telling you exactly what it's doing. So when you evaluate contrast, and out of that is born a desire, and you do just a little bit of work to allow yourself to be in alignment with this desire, now your focus pulls life force. The universe expands, and you thrive. Most of that happens whether you thrive or not, because the contrast causes you to conclude desire. The desire has the pulling power that summons the non-physical energy. The universe expands as a result of your exposure to the contrast. That's why we say this is about the art of allowing. This is about the art of you allowing the energy that is flowing through you to flow in a non-resisted way so that you can feel joy as it happens. So once you get yourself into a place where the energy is flowing easily through you, does it always stay right there? No, but it gets easier and easier. You get very good at recognizing that it is important that you feel good. In fact, we would say that is the most important thing. If we were standing in your physical shoes, we would offer that mantra every day. Today, no matter where I am going, and no matter what I am doing, and no matter who I am doing it with, it is my dominant intent to look for that which I am wanting to see. Because when I choose those things from